all the seasons.
Through all the seasons. Dr. Kakuo, myths and truths. Does cold cause pneumonia?
Yes, there is a contribution to that because one thing is that the cold air actually makes the respiratory tract more susceptible to viral infections, for example. And also, during the cold season, we tend to stay indoors, close all the windows, so the ventilation is reduced. And so with crowding and reduced ventilation, then you have more transmission of these viral infections. And once you have viral infections, then you are more susceptible to getting a bacterial infection like pneumonia.
Okay, but is it the cold that causes the pneumonia, or is it something different? Because I think there's I don't know if it's a myth, and I'd like you to tell us if it's a myth or a truth, that if I am exposed, for example, I'm not well dressed outside, my chances of getting pneumonia are high, and directly related to the cold.
No, it's not directly related to the cold. It's the issue of reduced immunity of the respiratory tract when you're exposed. Yeah. So it's not actually a direct effect of the cold, but if you're exposed, then your respiratory tract is actually more vulnerable.
Okay, Dr. Dean, do you
actually to add on to that is that some people with allergic tendencies and even those with asthma tend to get flares. Actually, cold becomes a trigger, so they are more likely to get asthmatic attacks during the cold season, and that also puts them at risk. That stress environment in their respiratory tract actually puts them at risk of infections. And of course, during this season, because they're also what we call seasonal flus, that is influenza virus, as my colleague was actually saying, is that the cold per se does not cause the condition. They're actually like the infection. Pneumonia is a bacterial infection, but the colds and flus are caused by viruses. So they tend to thrive in this condition where the respiratory tract is already at risk, or someone who has allergies, their immunity gets suppressed. So they become more prone. The inflammatory condition in the airway makes them more at risk of infections during that cold season.
Okay, so my not wearing a jacket outside in the cold, or I get rained on, that does not directly cause pneumonia?
No, it does not directly cause pneumonia. Okay. It puts you at risk of pneumonia.
All right, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, just to add on what my lecturer, is my lecturer by the way, and Dindi has said, is to say that pneumonia is bacterial infection. And more often, bacterial infection follows a viral infection. So this weather, what will happen first is the viral infection, and as Dindi has said, it will lower the immunity, and again, the respiratory tract will be vulnerable to infection. So when the infection, when the immunity is down, we have high chances of developing bacterial infection. So pneumonia is per se caused by streptococcal pneumonia. That is the bacteria that causes it. And so as much as the immunity goes down, so we have the pneumonia.
Higher chances of getting pneumonia. Dr. Kakuo, you can see your student is doing well, so I don't know if she gets extra marks for that. Maybe if it was an opportunity for her to try and, get extra marks, there you go. Maybe you've got them. But for now, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, I'd like us to also look at malaria and how you can tell if one has malaria. One of the things I realize many of us do is the minute you have a cold, your joints are aching, immediately it is malaria. It becomes, so basically I'll get your comments on that, on what we should do. Remember, you're welcome to participate in this conversation. For now, we take a short break. We'll be right back with your health.